Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Nato's Office. Today, I'm going to be looking at a rum. Actually, something doesn't feel quite right. I know what this needs. That's a lot better.
The hell? Where am I?
You're in my office.
Your office?
Yeah.
I thought your office was indoors.
It's a shared space today.
Well, I was having dinner.
That's all right. It's Tropical Rum Friday, so we're going to do a Tropical Rum Society in Nato's office.
Nato's new shared workspace, which is definitely busy, so I think maybe let's go somewhere else.
Oh, hey, this is pretty nice.
Yeah, welcome to my place. It's a
I
little bit outside, but it's there's less people.
I like it. So, what do we got today?
You're the one that pulled me into this, so what do we got today?
Let me tell you what we got today. So today we're going to be looking at Plantation XO 20th anniversary. A lot of people mistake it for being 20 years, but it's not. It's the 20th anniversary. Tell us about it, Matt.
So, Plantation, we've actually talked about this on Tropical Rum Society before, so we will drop some links in the description for anyone who hasn't seen those.
This is Matt from Tropical Rum Society.
And this is Nato from Nato's office. We're really good at this. We're pros.
Professionals. Proceed.
So, as I said, Plantation, we've talked about it before, but essentially what they're known for is taking rums from the Caribbean and re-aging them, second aging them in French oak casks over in France. And essentially, we'll wait for the cars. Wait a while for the cars. Still going. Get out of town, buddy.
You whippersnappers. Second aging.
So, they are
Re-aged.
re-aged for the second time in French oak casks over in France. So, they use ex-cognac Ferrand casks, fill it with the rum that they've imported over from the Caribbean, and it just gives it some extra characteristics, some extra flavor to it, which we will see when we actually dive into it.
So, without further haste, let's jump right in. The bottle is quite immaculate. It's very gifty. I love the twine on it. The color of the rum immediately looks great. Did you bring a glass?
I always have a glass ready.
What? It must be cold outside. I swear it's normally bigger.
I mean, feels pretty warm in the sun, man.
No, it was cold where I was, in my office.
I'm sure it was.
Anyway.
We didn't even talk about the cork top just then.
Oh, do you want to talk about the cork top whilst I pop the top and drop the glass and some of the rum in the glass?
So the cork top, as you can see, is quite chunky. It's quite large, so it definitely gives it that kind of like air of a prestige to it. That's pretty much all I had to say.
All right.
Yeah.
I like the prestige. I like the cork top. So, cork top, win. Twine, win. Bottle,
Presentation overall is just fantastic, I would say.
it's a win.
It's a win.
So the
Feel like-
presentation is gold. The color is a light, medium gold.
I would say medium gold. It's definitely not a light gold. It's not a straw. I see tinges of reds and browns in there, so I definitely at least a medium gold.
Medium gold on the color.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get on the nose, Matt? Do I call you Matt?
You may call me back,
What
Nato.
Oh no! I spilled some precious rum.
He's wasting it. This is why he doesn't do rum reviews. He doesn't know how to drink it.
I accidentally spilled some.
Now, I would be able to give you some tasting notes, except I have a cold today, so Nato, over to you. What do you smell?
So on the nose, we're getting I don't know. On the nose, I'm getting
slight alcohol, because I can feel the vapors entering my nose, and that's about it.
So yes, on the nose, it is traditionally molassesy rum. Like it smells like that, well, molasses, sugarcane, whatever you want to call it.
Plantation is generally known for their sweeter styles of rums. They have dosage in them. So for anyone who's unaware of what that is, essentially they add a little bit of sugar to the actual rum as it's aging to give it a bit of extra sweetness. So that's not shocking to me that you're getting something like that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely coming present on the nose. As soon as you smell it, it is a sugary sweetness. It makes me think of caramelized, or not even caramelized, it's just brown sugar. It just smells like brown sugar. The French oak is very present. Like it's got that rounded, sweet oakiness to it. Lightly floral.
I keep smelling this as if I can
You might
smell
get,
anything.
you never
but-
know. Keep at it. You might get something.
True, true. No harm in trying.
So it's hard to cut through that sugary sweetness. Every time I smell it, it's so strong and present on the nose, that brown sugar and the oak. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It is a beautiful nose, but it's pretty one-dimensional from what I'm getting at the moment. It might be my glass.
Do you want to have a sniff out of this one?
No, I'll take it as it is.
All right, well, I think let's have a bit of a taste and see if that carries over into it as well.
Oh, the palate is so silky smooth. Beautiful. Doesn't really coat the palate. It's pretty direct. It goes straight over the tongue. Kind of sits just on the middle of the tongue. I'm not getting much in the throat or up in the back palate. It's all tongue.
So for me, I can talk to the texture. I can't really taste it very much, but the texture definitely is a nice, smooth, creamy style of liquid. I do get a little bit in the back of the throat. I'm not too sure why that would be different between the two of us, but it is what it is. Also, I'm not sure if we actually discussed what the percentage is on this one.
43.
43. Is it
40.
40?
Oh God. I said that with such confidence.
He sure did.
Oh.
I did seem surprised by that.
No. I remember why. The one I was going to buy was 43%.
And if you want to see that in a future video, make sure you subscribe and follow.
For all the future goodness. But for now, on the palate. So on the second sip, the second mouthful, still just it's a light fruitiness, and it makes me think of, I don't even know. It's like a rounded. It's not even fruit. It's like a dry fruit spice with a bit of cream.
Interesting. Well, without being able to fully taste it, this does feel quite warm to me. It's definitely, like, there's a few tiny hints of spices coming through that I can get, even with a pretty blocked nose. So I can see that. I can see that.
I think what I get is it's dense on the tongue. So when I'm drinking it, it's very sweet and it sits under the tongue, and you can feel the oils and what I'm assuming to be that sugar sitting kind of under the palate. And it's just like this light, ever so light creaminess, dark spices, a little juicy in like overripe spice fruit. If that makes sense. When I like, that's what I'm imagining when I'm drinking it. It's like just overripe, sugary, spicy fruit.
Can you compare this to any other rums that you've tasted before? No, you can't, because you haven't tasted any before on this channel or on your own. So
It's my first day.
It was a trick question.
But I didn't answer it, so it's okay. It's nice, don't get me wrong. I kind of expected more with all the background and the cognac and the French oak and all of that going on. I think I expected a lot more. It is by no means a bad rum. It is just, it's pretty one-dimensional. I expected a lot more.
Well, in terms of the tasting, I can't add too much more to that. I can say, overall, this rum seems to me, just from what you've said and from the looks of it, seems to be something that's a little bit more about flash and presentation rather than the actual taste itself. It's not an overly complex or complicated rum from the sounds of things. So if you're getting this one, you're mostly getting it for this, I would say. The look of it, having it on the bar, it's a fantastic rum to show off and to give to people who maybe aren't so into rums. I would say maybe someone who is just entering the world but wants to step it up and be a little bit more fancy with the actual bottles that they're getting. This one, it's great.
I second that motion. I
Didn't realize we were
concur.
in court.
I concur. So, drinking this, to me, I can see why they've added the sugar. I can definitely see why they added that sugar, because if you took away that sugar mouthfeel and that sweetness that's to it, there's not a lot going on. It is very simple, and that's not bad. I could pour this is a good introduction rum to people who don't like rum. For myself, for example, I got pretty tanked one day on some rums, and I couldn't even smell rum without feeling sick and having those memories. And then this was my gateway a while ago that's like, hey, rums aren't so bad. And
Brought you back into the Tropical Rum Society.
it did. It really did. So it's a beautiful gateway rum to introduce to someone, easy drinking, and that sugar additive just kind of gives it a little bit of masked rum. What would you have? Yeah, so it
Takes the edge off, I suppose.
yeah, it's I don't even know. I'm stuttering. I'm overwhelmed.
Clearly, this is why he doesn't do rum reviews.
That's my thoughts. It's not bad by any means. It's about $109 at the moment.
That's Australian for anyone watching elsewhere in the
109
world.
Australian.
Yep.
That's all I have to
Perfectly
say.
good rum. Like I said, probably more for presentation than anything else. But definitely one that I would still recommend, because even when you're finished with it, it's a great bottle to just hold on to. You can fill it with syrups, you can fill it with whatever you like, and it's one that will look great. So that's probably going to do it for today, unless you have anything else you'd like to add, Nato.
I'm pretty content.
Well, then I think that's going to do it. I am going to go get this bottle on the shelf, and I will see you in the next meeting.
Office adjourned.
And thanks for stopping by. Office adjourned. I concur with that motion.
I hope I'm in screen for mine.